Hi, everyone. So today I'm going to talk about why I left Christianity. So basically, I left Christianity because it doesn't align with my values, my personal values. Okay. So people talk about, whether or not you're a believer. Um, it's not that I don't believe it. I actually think it might be true. But whether or not it is true, it just doesn't align with my values. So now there are a few things in the New Testament that I agree with, but those are just humanitarian values. You can get those anywhere, right? You can get good humanitarian values anywhere. It's kind of like a wolf in a sheep's clothing. Yeah. Or like a Trojan horse. Like every con man has a good persona. But it's the other stuff that you got to be aware of. In Matthew 5:18, Jesus said, not one stroke of the law goes away. So if you're a Christian, you know that you believe the Old Testament, not even a single stroke of a letter goes away. So that it's not really about judging other people. It's just that when I read the Bible, I found that it did not align with my values. So just like when David ordered a census of the people and God unalived, I'm just going to use that term because I think it's about the algorithm. So he unalived 70,000 people, right? I don't agree with that. So therefore, I'm not a Christian. So, because my values just are not in line with unaliving 70,000 people. That's just not my values. And that was in First Chronicles 21. And so, and if you believe that, and if you agree with that, if you think that's a good thing, then you're a Christian. If you don't believe that, then you're not a Christian. If you don't think that's actually, you can believe it, but if you don't agree with that, if you don't think that's a good thing, then you're technically not a Christian by definition. So, and so that what makes me, not a Christian. So, um, then there's in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 3, God ordered the destruction and the unaliving of all of the people in 60 cities so that the Israelites could live there, right? So he ordered the unaliving of all of those men, women, children, cute little babies. I don't agree with that. That doesn't align with my values. So whether or not it's true is kind of irrelevant. It just doesn't align with my values. I don't think that was a good thing to do. Therefore, I'm not a Christian. So, all right. And then in Judges 21, God ordered the unaliving of all of the people in Jabesh, Gilead, except for the virgin girls, and then to grape the girls. That, again, does not align with my values. Therefore, I'm not a Christian. Whether or not it's true, might be true. I might go to hell forever for not believing in it, but to me, probably there's nothing more selfish than to support, encourage, be a part of something just so that I can get into heaven. That would be like really, really selfish. So it doesn't align with my values, so I'm not a Christian. And then Kings, 18 to 27, God ordered the worship. God ordered the unaliving of all of the people of a different religion. So that was about 371,000 people directly that he unalived. And then he ordered the unaliving of another 1.9 million people. Again, that does not align with my values. I think people should not be unalived just because they don't, worship the same, belong to the same religion as me. So because that does not align with my values, therefore I'm not a Christian. It's not about a belief. So, and I don't think it is a good thing to unalive all those people that don't have the same faith as me. So that's what makes me not a Christian. So Exodus 21 through 11, he ordered someone to unalive their own daughter and to, he ordered them to sell her as a sex worker, you could say. I think that's wrong. It doesn't align with my values. I don't see that as a good thing. Therefore, I'm not a Christian. Judges, Hosea, 1360, Psalms 137:9. He ordered the unaliving of babies and the bashing of their noggins into rocks. That doesn't align with my values. I don't think that's a good thing. Therefore, I'm not a Christian. It just doesn't align with my values. I kind of, I read the Bible and I found that it just doesn't align with. I don't view those things as good things. I think there are some, good humanitarian values, but like I said, you can find those anywhere. You don't need to have religion just for that. But I don't, subscribe to the other ones. So, and then when Christians try to defend these actions, it horrifies me even more, because then it's just like they are justifying it, right? They're saying they do agree that it is a good thing. The more they try to argue that this is a good thing, the more it horrifies me about their morals. Really, it horrifies me that people are in support of this stuff. Because if you're not in support of it, you're not a Christian. You can believe in it, right? But if you don't support it, if you don't think those are good things, then you're technically not a Christian, by definition. So, like people who are gay, I'm not gay, but I just don't think they should be unalived just because that they are, right? In Sodom and Gomorrah, he ordered unaliving in the entire city because there are people that were gay. That means all the babies, cute little, pudgy little babies, unalived, right? I don't agree with that. It doesn't align with my values. So therefore I'm not a Christian, right? It's not about belief. And again, maybe I'll go to hell forever for this, but that is just that's the way it goes, I guess. I just can't morally support that. If you support it, you're going to support the entire system. And again, the New Testament is just kind of like you always have a few good things to kind of, that's why I get so upset when I see people promoting it in the park. When they've got their little loudspeaker and they're promoting it in the park, because I know that they're just picking out the good phrase in order to mislead people that all the other stuff isn't in there. And that really bothers me that they are promoting those values in our society and in our world. I think we have enough violence in our world that we don't need any more of that. To spread these teachings really, really bothers me. It really triggers me. I get so upset that they are promoting these values, by saying, picking out some of the nice humanitarian phrases. Again, you can get humanitarian values. There's like 3,000 other religions out there, I think. You can pick any religion, and you can pick one that aligns with your values, right? Because anyway, that's why I left Christianity. I hope you have a great day. Thanks.